This monument was put up in 1930, the 300th anniversary of the arrival of the Puritans and the founding of Boston. Makes us conscious of the fact that 2030, the 400th anniversary, is approaching, and we should think, what are we going to do to commemorate this event? John Francis Paramino, who is a local sculptor, he was born in Boston, studied at the museum school, and actually worked under Augustus St. Gaudens and Bella Pratt, two of the eminent sculptors of the period, designed the monument with John Winthrop arriving, and you can see one of the ships behind him, the Arabella. On the distant shore, you can also see a house. There already were European people here as well as native people. And in this side, we have some of the Massachusetts people here, but the real person greeting them is William Blackstone, a minister for the Church of England, who had arrived in the 1620s with the expedition to Wessagusset, what is now Weymouth. He was a minister in the Church of England. He didn't really like the way the Church of England was going because the bishops had so much power. So he joins this expedition. It falls apart. He decides to stay. The Reverend Blackstone lived just a few yards from where we are now, kind of a hermit, traded with the natives. He had his books. According to tradition, he also had a white ox that he liked to ride around the Shawmut Peninsula, au naturel, as the French would say. So the Reverend Blackstone was happy here. The Puritans arrived, and then things go a little south for the Reverend Blackstone. A couple of the Puritans who are settled over in Charlestown complain about the wolves, the mosquitoes, no water, and he said, well, the Shawmut Peninsula is the place of living waters. In fact, there's a spring right over here. Why don't you come? Telling these two folks, Arabella Johnson and Isaac Johnson, they brought the rest of them with them. They come over here, and Blackstone finds it's too crowded. He said, I left England to get away from the Lord's bishop. I find the Lord's brethren are no better. He goes off to Rhode Island. Now, Winthrop has a portrait done, one of the few Puritans whom we know what he looked like. So Paramino could model Winthrop on Winthrop. He modeled Blackstone on James Michael Curley, mayor of Boston, probably the most controversial figure in Boston politics. And Curley was the representative of the Boston Irish and the other immigrants, always at war with the Yankees, the Brahmins, the descendants of Winthrop. So here is James Michael Curley welcoming the Brahmins to his city, which it certainly was by 1930. So this is, when it was unveiled, people laughed because they recognized Curley in this, probably more than they recognized Winthrop.